Steve Arts 89. Well, everyone kept talking about She-Hulk, so I thought, well, I better watch it. I had no real interest in She-Hulk. I never knew she existed till a couple of years ago. I mean, I kind of knew there was a female Hulk, but I barely paid attention to the Hulk back in the day, so She-Hulk wasn't exactly high on the list. But there's been so much talk about misandry and misogyny and a lot of drama, and of course all the usual suspects are all carrying on about how the usual, the playlist. I don't need to go through it all. So I thought I need to watch it and see if it's good or bad. It's okay. It's okay. Now, what I've sort of learned through listening to some videos is that the first episode doesn't really represent the series. The series itself is more of an Ally McBeal style comedy. And the first episode is like the origin episode, and it's very different from the other episodes. And it does make sense that you would have to have this origin episode to explain, but at the same time, there's this suggestion that the show was originally just supposed to start with her being in her life as the Hulk and the attorney, and you would just sort of be there, and she's just living her life, and you would just sort of see little flashbacks to explain things. That was supposedly the way it was supposed to be done, and then it was changed or something. So, and originally they were supposed to be showing more than one episode at once, but we just got one episode. So a lot of people are judging it just on this episode, but they're being ridiculous. So, she has to be better than him. Oh, she has to usurp him. Oh, she has to be... It's all misandry. Oh, women who hate men, so they hate the Hulk. They have to make him look bad, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's a little bit of predictable... Because the original story was that the Hulk gave her a blood transfusion to save her. It was a heroic act, but it turned her into a Hulk. In this story, of course, there's an accident which she causes by not paying attention, because she's paying more attention to trashing Steve because she believes, a virgin. They crashed the car. The spaceship was involved, but, they crashed the car. And she has to save him. Now, okay, I get she's the hero, it's her series, okay, fine. But save some generic person. Save your uncle or your brother or someone, but don't save someone who's already established as a hero and then demean them and make them the victim and then make your hero by making another hero less of a hero. It's as they would say in the episode, a dick move. So I don't like it, I don't appreciate it, and they could have done it differently. There's no reason. It just looks like what everyone says it is. That's just trying to make her look better by making the Hulk look bad. So there's that. I will totally agree with everyone on that. But aside from that, she isn't actually better than him. She throws a rock, he throws it further. They have a fight. He kind of wins, but it's more of a draw because they accidentally smash down his bar, and then he's like, "Oh, my bar," and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and they're like, "You're fixing it," and they end up rebuilding it. Because the whole issue is she has a different experience. She's a different kind of Hulk. She doesn't have an alter. She's like just one person. Alter egos. It's just her. So there's no battle. There's no conflict that she has to deal with. She's more able to control her changing. So all the stuff that he is trying to prepare her for, a lot of it doesn't really matter. But she does have a really annoying attitude. She's really, I'm the best, I'm better, and just constant such. He's trying to help her, and she just shits on him the whole time. It does not endear her to the audience. The show itself is kind of funny. There's little moments, like after she first hulks out, because they both hulk out after because she cuts herself in the accident, gets his blood in her blood, and because she's basically compatible, she turns into a Hulk, because apparently not everyone would turn into a Hulk if they got his blood. So, because I was thinking, my God, he's in all these battles, all he's got to do is bleed on someone and they turn to a Hulk. It's like a disease, but it's kind of different. They had to be, she's special. So, they both Hulk out. She runs off and she ends up stumbling into this bar. And of course, a flock of lovely drag queens rescue her and give her a coat and shoes and let her use her phone so she can get a ride and everything, because, we're wonderful. And people made fun of that. And there was a lot. It's really funny when you see the haters see what they focus on and to see, what, parts from the playlist they sort of pull on and all that. And I can't remember the ridiculous things, the issues they had with that. They had such a problem with that scene. And I'm like, it was funny. It was cute. I'm like, of course, she got rescued by drag queens. So who else would rescue you? So yeah, she ends up at Hulk Island, and he's trying to teach her how to be a Hulk. And she's like, I don't need to be taught. I know everything. I'm arrogant. I'm the best. You're not, you're less than me because I'm a different Hulk. I'm a better Hulk. I don't have the issues you have. There's a real arrogance and smugness to her, which is, some people are saying that's just her and she's going to be unbearable. Other people are saying, no, this is a journey. She's going to learn how to not be a. So, Cunty. I know that's not how you spell it, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. I was enjoying it for the most part, but then I didn't like her attitude. But then she does because she wants to leave. She's like, she's part denial, part the reality that she does have a different experience to manage than him, and it's not the same. He's sort of thinking from his point of view, and once he sort of gets that she doesn't need as much help as him, they do seem to chill out a bit, and then she leaves under, with his blessing, basically. She goes back to a lawyering, and I've been a lawyer ever since, no Hulks, blah, blah, blah. I'm basically better than him, he was wrong. And I'm like, ugh, smug. And then some random villain bursts into her courtroom, and she has to Hulk out to save the day, and then she's outed herself, and that's where the episode ends, basically. Well, except for the ongoing Steve Trevor is a virgin joke, and the Hulk's like, he had sex in blah 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 blah, and yeah, I don't know why they're so obsessed with that. And but yeah, it's just funny. It's funny to see. You see all the usual suspects spinning in circles trying to make this into a bad show, trying to find misandry where there isn't any, trying to find misogyny where it's almost comical, because I'm like, how do you watch these people? I know they've got a base that they're feeding, but okay, I know these people are hungry. They want their misandry, they want their right-wing stuff and all that, but they're just making it up. Like, they're just making it up. The show, it's harmless. Yes, she's smug and she's got an attitude, but she's a lawyer. I have a niece who's a lawyer. They're the most evil people in the world. So the fact she's just a little sarcastic and a little Cunty, it's really not that big of a deal. And she doesn't seem to hate men. Now, there is that big speech, and Bruce just sort of nods his way through it because he doesn't want to point out there's bigger problems in the world than sexual harassment. Not that it's anything to sniff at. And her comment about could possibly be murdered because men murder women. The fact that people are playing that down like a joke and acting like that's not a real issue does disgust me when you see a lot of people reviewing the show and they bring that out, especially, the usual suspects, the people I'm talking about. They play that down like that's not an issue, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, women just get killed all the time, and they do. And they're like, oh, men get killed too. Like, yeah, but not by women. Very rarely. So by other men, yeah. So some of the complaints and that are just ridiculous, and it's just sad that these people make money out of trashing things and making things extreme left and woke when they're not. Because there are real shows that deserve to be criticised, and there are real movies and real things that deserve to be criticised. And the fact that these people just turn everything into a culture war argument, it's just tedious. And so I thought I have to watch the show, because otherwise there's a lot of shows I didn't watch because I didn't want to deal with the drama. And a lot of them, there was no drama. It was just all manufactured by these people who have to have this because they need their views, they need their money. They live off this. They're feeding off people's anger and hate and racism and bigotry and everything. And I thought, I'm just not going to play it. I'm just going to watch this show, see what it's like. I enjoyed it. For the most part, she's smug, but I'm hoping she's going to learn. I don't find it endearing or clever. I don't want to be like her. I don't want to be some smug, arrogant lawyer. So I'm just hoping there is a lesson in all of this and she learns how to be a nice person, and that's her journey. Not that she's just the bestest ever and that's just who she is, because that's boring. So I'm just going to give the show a chance and see how it goes. I loved Ally McBeal, superhero Ally McBeal. I can't see anything wrong with that idea. So I'm just going to see where it goes. But feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Don't listen to the haters. Watch the show. Make up your own mind. The culture wars mean the haters are always going to have to manufacture drama for their base, to feed their advertising revenue and everything. So just don't listen to them. They're just watch the show. Make up your own mind. If you don't like it, give it a couple of episodes in case they do the whole different episode at the start, which they keep doing in shows, which is a bad idea. And just make up your own mind. I'm going to go.